It's collector on the corner. I've been messing with the winch a little bit this afternoon. I took an old carburetor and cleaned it out and made myself a base gasket. Haven't done anything to that radiator yet, but I got to looking at that radiator.
Yes, and boy, it's filthy.
No, look, see how it's worn down?
It's filthy.
It's worn down, though.
It's filthy.
See them pins? I don't think that radiator's any good. I'm going to change the radiator.
It's dirty.
Yeah, it's clogged up.
Here, I'll put it in the washing machine. Just
See, it's clogged
push
up.
it in there.
I don't think, well, I got the manifold on it. I got a carburetor on it.
I think it's linking, ain't it?
It may be, a little.
Oh, maybe it's linking from there.
Could be.
Right there.
I got a Zoom bottle full with some chainsaw gas in it.
Yes. Oh, well, maybe it's linking from there.
I never believe them first starting these tractors.
Might be linking from there.
Might be below my little hose.
Yes.
Could be.
Here, let me get a match and
I'll start it up now.
we'll find out where the link's coming from for sure. Oh, sounds like a beauty. If I stand next to it, I'll get warm. I don't think so.
I'm going to get that carburetor.
Get your hammer and beat on it. Oh boy, you're trying to start a fire.
But anyway.
It's linking, well, it's linking everywhere.
Well,
I think it's linking
I
from
didn't
your
put
baba.
nothing- I didn't have a gasket for that carburetor.
Woo! And you made it out of cardboard. It's getting too much gas.
Yeah, I ain't getting too much gas.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like it's choking.
Try it again.
Choking on gasoline. He's wanting me to get exploded. I know what he's doing. Do what?
You know what choke is, don't you?
Right chair?
Yeah. Pull that back, choke it once.
Well, dadgum, I can't. Okay.
Unchoke it.
Okay.
Gutted it.
Ha ha. Ha ha. You only had 2 starts in it and you used them up. I'm over here having fun.
The needle valve may have stuck. It may not have no gas in the carburetor.
Oh, it does too. It had so much gas in it, it was coming out the hole there.
You think so?
Yes, I saw the gas.
Flooded again?
Yep. Hope you guys can see. I'm resting this.
Oh, I see what happened.
Oh, what happened?
Ignition water, come on. If it ain't getting spark, it won't run.
That's right, bozo.
Well, my hillbilly rig here,
Yeah,
that'll run.
you're hillbilly rig. Yep. I choked it.
It ain't getting no, I don't know if it's getting spark. I'm gonna
Well,
check.
I guess I'll leave then. This is a short video.
Yeah, plenty of stuff. Getting spark and gas all around.
I know.
I probably flooded it. I'll hold it wide open. It's flooded. Would you choke it?
I choked it.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe it...
I unchoked it. Okay, I think it's flooded. Okay, we know it runs, so how's that?
Well, I'm fighting a carburetor problem here.
Well, go put a new one on it.
Huh? New ones ain't no better than the old ones.
Really?
A lot of times. Just choke it for a minute.
Oh, I wanted to choke it for days. Oh, it's over. You're gonna run your battery.
I think we did a good job of flooding it.
I told you I'll go get some
Well, I ain't
matches.
got no gas.
Listen.
What happened to the Zoom bottle?
You took it over there.
Did I?
Yes, you
I
did.
ain't out of gas.
I know. You took it over there.
I sure did.
Okay, how about I go...
Maybe we just out of gas, folks.
Listen, how about I get matches and we dry it off? Because that'll dry all that
Well,
gas off.
what I got.
You don't like my idea. I thought that was a cool
Good
idea.
ideas.
I
What
thought
I
that
got,
was a-
folks, I got this little gas tank right here.
Yes.
That's international.
Yeah.
It's the
Don't tell
It's
the
a-
tractor. It'll never know.
The TD14 dozer starts on gas and converts to diesel, and this is the tank off of it for the gasoline side of that TD14.
Okie dokie pokey.
But I'll just run this up here, run a gas line and a good filter.
What's wrong with that gas tank?
Probably dirty.
Oh, well, take it off.
I don't want to full clean it right now.
Oh.
But I'll get some tires on it.
Then punch a hole in it and then set that gas tank inside so you don't have to worry about mounting it right there.
But what I'm going to do right now...
I'm going in the house. I don't know about you.
Yeah, but I'm fixing to go in there and get me a breaker bar
Uh-huh.
in a 6.58 socket.
Yes,
And Ben's, I've heated that up. I'm going to retighten this manifold.
Oh.
Because that's
Okay.
important.
Yes.
You don't want them leaking.
Boy, howdy, someone did a good job welding.
You know, that sucker looks like it has been welded, doesn't it?
Well, dadgummit, are you blind as a bat?
Yeah, I'm pretty blind.
That's been welded. This has been welded.
Well, I've seen that been welded.
But this looks,
It looks like my have a little
Yeah.
hairline crack right there, huh?
Yes.
You know what we'll do with that?
JB
We'll
welded.
put JB weld on it. Yeah, we'll take a die grinder, a little Dremel tool, and we'll beat that out a little bit.
Put some JD weld
Clean
on
it up
it.
real clean and bright, shiny metal, and put JB weld on it.
Yes'm. That's why I
We
don't
fixed
tell
a
Randall when I
lot of
got
stuff with
anything
JB
wrong with
weld.
me.
And these internationals, Debbie was questioning me about this here.
Yes'm.
That rod goes in there and fits on your throttle linkage.
Yes'm.
And I always, before I put the carburetor bolt at the manifold, I always get this lined up.
Uh-huh.
That way I can turn that carburetor and put my finger on that butterfly and be sure that carburetor butterfly, the notch is right
Uh-huh.
when you put that together.
Well, good. That sounds like a good idea.
That's the way I always do it.
But I wanted to see the butterfly.
You'll
You
see the
should have showed
butterfly.
it to me. It comes spring.
Yeah. Come spring, you'll see them. They used to be these real pretty ones.
Uh-huh.
Good to think about. Remember all them? There was these big ones, and some of them was black, and some of them yellow, and there was an orange one or two, but it wasn't a monarch. And a great big one, they was always on the cow patties.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see them no more.
Well, I've met the cow patties.
Well,
and,
I know that people. I've talked about this before, but there used to be these little bugs that make
yeah,
little
the
balls out of
dung
manure
beetles.
and bury them. And we called them turd rollers.
Yeah.
And you don't see them anymore. And what happened to them, everybody went to worming their horses and stuff with Ivomec and killed them off.
Yeah.
And that may have been what happened to them butterflies. You don't see them butterflies.
Yeah.
And I was watching a deal the other day, and they was talking about the birds disappearing over in Europe, different birds that was endangered. And
Uh-huh.
what it was, they was mowing their fields 3 times a year,
Uh-huh.
early in spring mowing that green grass for silage for dairy cattle. And the birds make a nest out there in the field, you know. They'd mow over top of it. And the stuff they growed wasn't a food source for the birds, like partridges and stuff. So what they did, they went ahead and started paying these farmers to leave a berm along the fence row and along the road and plant it to wildflowers and stuff like that. And they brought their little prairie chicken back again.
Yay!
And a lot of other birds. And
Or we'll have to quit
really
singing that song.
Partridge
in a
but
pear
that's
tree.
kind of what we do. We don't never mow hay over at that other place until late in the fall. And by that time, all the birds that are
I thought you did that because it was too hot.
What?
So,
Well, I mainly did it because I don't do hay in the hot weather. I like to wait till weather breaks in the fall and there ain't no moisture in that grass. You ain't got to worry about it molding. You can just cut it, rake it, and bale it. You know, you ain't got to dry it or ted it or do all that kind of stuff.
yes.
But anyway, that's a side benefit of not mowing, but once a year, way late in the fall, all them ground nesting birds and rabbits and whatever out there in my growed up field, they had a chance for their babies to mature, you know, and eat the seeds and whatever. And I mow a sickle bar mower, and I have several different times got a bird nest on that mower, you know, and had to get off and
and
dig
a
out.
mice
You'll get a rat nest on it too.
Mice nest, rat
I've had
nest.
bird nests too. But anyway, that's just a side benefit of that. I never even thought about that I was doing, not even really thinking about it much.
And you don't like to cut your fence rows out.
No, I like a growed up fence row.
That way the birdies got a place to go.
Well, that's a good place for wildlife, and for that growed up fence row, in Arkansas, we've got a law that if a fence has been maintained as a property line, boundary line fence for 15 years,
yes.
7 years, I believe it is. It's just 7 years. For 7 years, if me and the neighbor agreed that this is the property line.
Well, I'm your neighbor and I don't agree.
Well, if we agreed
You've
this,
encroached on my side of the
this
property.
fence was the property line.
Yeah.
And everything here's, when you get a deed, it'll say so many acres more or less. And they use that meets and bounds system rather than monuments. You know, 640 acres a section of land, 160 a quarter section. You know, 440 acre deals make 160, you know, and so on down. And they give a legal description based on that. And you get these surveyors with use GPS technology and lasers and all that, and they'll run around there and they'll tell somebody you own land over here according to your legal description, and they start these fights. But when they get to court and they finally get all run down, it says that fence has been properly maintained by 2 adjacent owners as a property line fence for 7 years without any dispute. That's the property line, no matter what them surveyors and GPS or the deed says.
That's right.
The property line, that old fence.
That's right.
So I always like to have big trees and everything growing in that fence where there's evidence in there that tree growed in that fence and been in there for 50 years. That barbed wire's in the center of that old oak tree in the fence lobe, you know. And it's a good deal, you know. And it's a windbreak, and it's a live fence post. I can think of more reasons.
And it's a
not
place
to clean
for
out
the
fence
birdies.
rows
Place
than
for
they
the
are legal.
critters.
But the neighbor down here, he's a real good farmer, I guess, good harvest farmer. He retired and come back, bought the family farm, bought his brothers and sisters out of homes, the whole thing. And he's built nice buildings and improved the whole place. And he built fence that hold goats, put goats in there. He got some miniature cattle and goats and this and that. And along the highway here, it's all growed up. And he was going to clean that out. And I went down there and I talked him out of it. I talked him out of cleaning out this fence row. He's kind of a, you know, he kind of goes like this when he comes here because of all the mess, because he wants to start cleaning this stuff up.
Well, if he'll pay me, I'll let him.
You know. But anyway, you know, he understands who I am and how, the reason I do what I do. He understands
I
that.
don't understand you, and I've been married to you for a
do
spell.
Too. You do too.
You're a nut.
Yeah. Debbie told me the other day.
Okay, what'd I tell you?
She said, my daddy wasn't messy like you. He was a mechanic and blah, blah, blah. He kept the yard clean and kept it all out
He
behind
did.
the shop. And I said, well, I said, your daddy died when he was 70, and I'm 3 years older than your daddy. And one of the last times we went down there to your daddy's,
Yes,
there was so much junk in the front yard.
That's
and
because he
around
couldn't get around. And
he
my
had it so full, you couldn't find a place to park your vehicle when you drove up.
there's fighting words, mister.
And there was an old 55 Chevy Bob truck right out by the road, by the county road out in front.
I don't remember it.
Well, and it said help on the door. And somebody wrote help on the door. I wonder if that was your mama. It's green, and somebody took yellow paint and wrote help on the door of
Well,
that
maybe
truck.
that was the name of the person that owned it.
I don't, but it said help. But we drove up and he had junk everywhere. But
You're a meanie.
but you know what he did?
What did he do?
He caught this guy with a big front end loader and a car masher and mashed it all and sold it.
See, he did. He was
He
a
did.
good guy.
He-
Now, when
he-
are you
he
going to
crushed
do
it
that?
out.
When are you going to do that?
I went down there and got some of them before they got crushed. I bought a 56 Ford
Well,
car off
we
of
don't want to know what you bought.
him. And, well, yeah, I just couldn't stand to see them being crushed.
I know.
Anyway, and I give him
know.
more than crusher price.
You've got a soft heart for 56 Fords.
Yeah. I bought a 59 Ford Ranchero off of him.
Yeah, I don't like ranchers.
And I was working for this outfit, and I'd drive a truck for them, and I'd haul stuff
Uh-huh.
to people. Tractors and stuff, and all over the country.
Uh-huh.
And if I was going to buy something for her dad, I'd just come by his junkyard with the lowboy, and we'd take his record, and we'd put him on the lowboy, and I'd bring him on in.
Yeah.
And the boss knew I was.
Yeah.
And them other people that worked there at the same place, they started making some remarks about me using that. I wasn't there, but
Uh-huh.
they made remarks about me using that truck to haul my junk home.
Yeah, you
And that
shouldn't
lady
have.
in the office, she used to drive truck, and she was a real good lady for getting your permits and everything you need. She knew her job.
Uh-huh.
She heard them talking. She come out there and she said, well, I'll have you to know. She said, anytime he made a trip and he brought something home for you, for himself,
Uh-huh.
he didn't turn no hours in. She said he never turned 1 hour. He did that trip for free, being he was using a truck to bring something 150 miles home. She said every single time he's never turned an hour in when he brought something home for himself. She said, y'all just worry about what you're doing. But anyway, she told me about it. She was mad the next day when I seen her. She told me about it. She said them boys was going on about how you was cheating the boss. And I said, I don't know if he knew it. I said, but I know you knew it. She said, yeah, I knowed it because I do all the paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
She said, I still had to fill out the trip reports that you wrote down, all that to pay the portion tag tax and road use tax and all that stuff. But anyway, her date's run. I think I run it out of gas. I don't know.
You overgassed it, then undergassed
You need a
it.
suitable gas tank with a good supply that's filtered rather than just this. You know, that's just.
Uh-huh.
But I need a radiator on it too.
Yes.
With that full of antifreeze and water where I can sit there and run as long as I want to.
Uh-huh.
But I just thought I'd do a short video.
Yay!
And we appreciate all them comments and likes and all that.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you.
And I've been watching your videos, Tractor Man, but I just ain't got in there and commented on them.
Yes, and Tractor Man, you should have been here when that creosoted butt-in cut was a going. You'd have really appreciated. And I recommend you get a barrel and some oil and diesel and just do you some of your firewood like that and
Make fire starters?
yeah, and you cut it up small and then you can use it for getting the fire going in the morning.
Well, me and her.
So Tractor Man, we love ya.
It was cold. It was cold last night. And we was in there in the store with propane heat on that king-size bed. And this morning we got up and didn't do much anything. We did just watch TV and messed around in there. And didn't come outside till noon.
I know, it was
11:30.
Yeah.
And I went over there. We got an outside wood stove over there on this old house. I went over there and went to build a fire. And there was 3 big chunks of coals, about as big as my fist.
Oh, that's your fault. You should have got up early.
So what I did.
I know what you did. Tractor tire, cut up piece of tar. Do, 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 do. Yes'm.
I took an axe and I chopped off a piece about that long and stuck in there. Stuck my little propane torch to it, got it going, throw the wood on top of it, got the fire going.
Yay!
That ought to make that Greta girl real happy.
No, we're not doing. We're doing it for
Well,
other
I
reasons.
was recycling that.
Oh.
See, I turned that piece of rubber
Uh-huh.
right back to where it came from.
Uh-huh.
Turned it back to dirt. Everything here, including this tractor,
Yes.
if you break it down to its basic elements, you're gonna have a pile of dirt.
Okay. Well, let me go get the hammer.
Yeah. Well, it will. All this stuff eventually, someday. will
Eventually,
return back
you know,
to
like
earth.
a million
It
years.
come out of the ground in the first place. Everything in, on, or about the planet is nothing
Well,
but
then
dirt.
you better be careful because you're liable to.
Well,
go down right now.
The human body is nothing but dirt.
Yes, I can
Make
tell
dust.
you're nothing but dirt.
Anyway, but
And he broke his zipper on his
we
coverall,
ain't the
so.
cause of these storms and all this stuff. Human activity is so puny. What little bit we did, we ain't causing none of it.
Yes, we're not doing it. But anyway,
It's really amazing what humans have been able to make out of dirt.
it is.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And I'm freezing
Are you cold?
my fingers.
Huh?
My-
This one is a little stinky.
Yeah, well, I've got
It's
a-
broke one,
I've
but
got-
I'm cold.
Well, just a second. I'll put mine on your back and I'll let you know how cold
Well-
my fingies are.
Well, say goodbye and good luck to y'all. And
Thank you for
it'll be hard to
watching.
top that story about her putting a piece of creosote in the stove. I wasn't there, but I heard about it from the kids. They had to go outside the house. That stove was inside the house. They couldn't even stay in the house.
I know it's pretty stinky.
I could smell it after I come in 2 days later.
It's because it was everywhere. It was everywhere. Well, anyway, thank you all for watching, and be sure and like and subscribe and comment below, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. And subscribe. Boy, I about messed up there. And share with friends you like, you don't like, just share and like and subscribe. And bye, because we all love ya. Bye, and I hope your 2025 is turning out great so far. Oh no, he's got more gas. Oh no, I'm going. Bye.